Do you use TechWrap vinyl? Well, I'm trying it out for you. Follow along and let's see how it works. TechWraps sent me some vinyl to test, so I thought that I'd make this cute mom sign that I've seen all over Etsy for a couple of years now, and I've always wanted one, but I've never bought it for myself. So as you can see, the TechWraps vinyl has like a film over it that you need to take off before you put it into the machine to be cut. So you see me doing that before I fed it into my Cricut. It was easy to apply to the mat. It stayed stuck to the mat. And it was easy to feed straight into my Cricut. No complaints there. When I got it out of my Cricut, I realized, man, I have extra that I could take off. So I just pulled that apart and then I started to weed. I did have a little trouble here. Now I will say usually with the fonts that I chose, sometimes I do have trouble weeding this font because it's pretty small. It's the one in the middle. It's the I Love Glitter font. So I had to work my way through just a little bit to get this completely weeded. Now, I will say the settings that I chose, I didn't look ahead of time, but I feel like I've heard people say that they use the typical Oracle 651 setting. I did this once and I did not put extra pressure or more pressure on the cut. Next time I probably would do that. I also need to look at the TechWraps website to see what kind of settings they recommend for cutting. Now, my kids' names have lots of loops in them and lots of tails and tall letters and all that great stuff. So it was a little tricky to get this weeded. Now, I don't think that that's the vinyl's fault. I think it was my font fault. I do like how thin the vinyl feels. It is pretty thin compared to some of the other vinyls out there, and I felt like it did weed a lot better or easier, and it cut easier than some of the other vinyls that I get at some of your big box stores. So once I finished weeding, I went ahead and transferred it over to my work table and started to scrape it to make sure that my transfer tape was on the cut perfectly. Now, I will say this scraper, y'all, it is the real deal. I have totally transitioned. I have been using it all week and I absolutely love it. So if you don't have a TechWrap scraper, you better run and get one. When I laid this on the wood, it was very easy to lay. It was real easy to pull the transfer tape off of. And I think some of that is using that scraper and the vinyl. So I'd give this vinyl a pretty high rating. And you know my feelings about the scraper already. If you're interested in ordering, I have a link, an affiliate link in my bio if you'll click on it. You can use the code JustWreathingAround to get an extra 5% off. And stay tuned, I've got more projects coming. Let me know what you think, y'all.